Good Monday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversations Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Well, it's a brand new day, it's a brand new week, which means it's yet another opportunity for us to try to get things right, and it all begins today. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up today. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and today in an Entertainment Spotlight, you've been part of my conversation with recording artist Caleb Lovely. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Monday headlines. In Mississippi news, the Mississippi State Department of Health reported 2,214 new COVID-19 cases and 22 additional deaths on Sunday. There have now been in Mississippi 239,082 COVID-19 cases and 5,167 coronavirus-related deaths in the state since March. In more COVID-19 news, vaccine rollout confirms public health officials' warnings. Public health officials sounded the alarm for months, complaining that they did not have enough support or money to get COVID-19 vaccines quickly into arms. Now the slower-than-expected start to the largest vaccination effort in U.S. history is proving them right. As they work to ramp up the shots, state and local public health departments across the United States cite a variety of obstacles, most notably a lack of leadership from the federal government. Many officials worry that they are losing precious time at the height of the pandemic, and the delays could cost lives. States lament a lack of clarity on how many doses they will receive and when. They say more resources should have been devoted to education campaigns to ease concerns among people leery of getting the shots. And although the federal government recently approved $8.7 billion for the vaccine effort, it will take time to reach places that could have used the money months ago to prepare to deliver shots more efficiently. Such complaints have become a common refrain in a nation where public health officials have been left largely on their own to solve complex problems. In national news, Capitol Police were overrun, left naked against rioters. Despite ample warnings about pro-Trump demonstrations in Washington, U.S. Capitol Police did not bolster staffing on Wednesday and made no preparations for the possibility that the planned protests could escalate into massive violent riots, according to several people briefed on law enforcement's response. The revelation shed new light on why Capitol Police were so quickly overrun by rioters. The department had the same number of officers in place as on a routine day. While some of those officers were outfitted with equipment for a protest, they were not staffed or equipped for a riot. Once the mob began to move on the Capitol, a police lieutenant issued an order not to use deadly force, which explains why officers outside the building did not draw their weapons as the crowd closed in. Officers are sometimes ordered against escalating a situation by drawing their weapons if superiors believe doing so could lead to a stampede or a shootout. In this instance, it also left officers with little ability to resist the mob. In one video from the scene, an officer puts up his fist to try to push back a crowd, pinning him in and his colleagues against the door. The crowd jurors, "You are not American," and one man tries to prod him with the tip of an American flag. They were left naked. Representative Maxine Waters said of the police in an interview with the Associated Press. She had raised security concerns in a December 28th meeting of House Democrats and grilled the Capitol Police chief during an hour-long private call on New Year's Eve. It turns out it was the worst kind of non-security anybody could ever imagine, she said. The Capitol Police lackluster response to the riots has drawn condemnation from lawmakers and prompted the ouster of the department's chief. As the full extent of the insurrection becomes clear, the FBI is also investigating whether some of the rioters have planned to kidnap members of Congress and hold them hostage. In more national news, impeachment push builds. 2 GOP senators want Trump to resign. With impeachment planning intensified, 2 Republican senators want President Donald Trump to resign immediately as efforts mount to prevent Trump from ever again holding elective office in the wake of deadly riots at the Capitol. House Democrats are expected to introduce articles of impeachment today and vote as soon as Tuesday. The strategy would be to condemn the president's actions swiftly, but delay an impeachment trial in the Senate for 100 days. That would allow President-elect Joe Biden to focus on other priorities as soon as he is inaugurated on January the 20th. Representative Jim Clyburn, the third-ranking House Democrat and a top Biden ally, laid out the idea Sunday as the country comes to grip with the siege of the Capitol by Trump loyalists trying to overturn the election results. And finally, in entertainment news, Sentimental Video Tribute closes Trebek's final Jeopardy! More than 2 months after Alex Trebek's death, fans of Jeopardy! Finally got the chance to say goodbye. A video tribute to the host closed Friday's episode of the quiz show, the final one that Trebek taped before pancreatic cancer claimed his life on November the 8th. It celebrated the wackier moments of the usually straight-laced Trebek, showing him verbally sparring with contestants and arm wrestling with one. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Forgiveness is heart medicine. Forgiveness is a healing tool in your life. You may choose to use it at any moment. It is the most powerful heart medicine you have available. Forgiveness teaches you to release your sadness in order to find gratitude for what you have learned. Forgiveness gives you the joy and freedom of knowing you are never alone. Even when you are by yourself, the power of forgiveness sends you love, the love of self. Remember, forgiveness is not necessarily about forgiving the other person. It is always about forgiving yourself for listening to that other person or doing something you knew you should not have done. Forgive yourself for not listening to your knowings or God. Forgiveness takes you from pain and isolation and fear all the way back to knowing God. Today, know that no more fearful dreams will come now that you rest in God. Enjoy the day.
Caleb Lovely is featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight, right here on Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Recording artist Caleb Lovely stopped by Conversations Live, the radio show, recently to talk about his musical journey and what it's been like for him to share with all of you. Here's part of our conversation. Is music one of those things for you that you've always wanted to do?
You know, I've never had the conversation with myself, hey, you know what, you're doing this, you're an artist, this is what you're going to do for your living. It's ironically, I think it came out of a need not only for me to express myself emotionally speaking, but also to kind of figure out how to pay the bills. You know, I think I played my first bar when I was 18 years old, and I think I just played John Mayer's Your Body is a Wonderland, and I played Wagon Wheel and probably repeat for 3 hours because I didn't know any other songs. But yes, to be honest with you, I think it is something that I've always just had to do for my psyche and for just this longing inside of me to continue to not only play music, you know, not to only pick up a guitar, but to translate, you know, what I'm feeling into song.
You know, one of the things I noticed when I was prepping for this, Caleb, was a post you made on Instagram going back 3 years. On March the 12th, 2017, you're performing at a show in Nashville. And what you posted on the picture, and I thought this was so interesting, and it says a lot about where you are in 2020, you wrote on there, only my second show in Nashville sold out. Y'all get ready because this is real. Do you still have those wow moments when you kind of reflect on the path to where you are now?
Oh my gosh, that's a great question. Heck yeah, I feel like I'm living the dream every day. I think for the long, you know, it's funny because I'm looking forward to the day where I hear someone call me an overnight success, because I think I'm just going to start laughing, because it's been over a decade now of me, quote unquote, taking it seriously.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll be back with you guys on tomorrow with more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.